Hello, everybody. It's nice to see everybody again. My name is Laura Reninkowski, and I'm an international life and relationship coach. I coach in English, Spanish, Finnish, and Italian. I was born in Finland, grew up in Venezuela, studied in Boston, then Miami, and now Dublin, Ireland. So I consider myself a citizen of the world. And it's nice to be here in InterNations, giving another talk. And this time, the talk is about something different. So it's about my Waking Up to Your True Potential series, which is a new series that I have in YouTube. And I really love this series, and I'm really proud of this series because it's the creative project that I've manifested the fastest ever in my life. So everything started in June, and now we're at the end of August, and I've already done 21 interviews. So I'll tell you, I'll walk you through my series and all the different episodes that I've done. So Waking Up to Your True Potential series. So I was inspired to create this series because I know so many amazing coaches and holistic practitioners around the world who have so much knowledge to share about how to live a better life with more joy and abundance in all ways. I was working on a contract which ended at the beginning of June, and that created the time and space for this series to grow and evolve. I was amazed by how fast everything happened and how everything flowed so effortlessly and naturally at the beginning, which confirmed even more that this series was aligned to me and my life purpose. So the idea came to me on a Friday, mid-June, and the next day I sent messages to people that I wanted to interview, and most of them said yes right away. So on that first day, I got 10 yeses. So those were more signs from the universe that I was meant to do this series, Like, it was amazing to get 10 yeses right away, right? Because, had I gotten 10 no's that day, I would have been like, okay, well, maybe it's not such a great idea, to do this series. But right away, like, everybody answered like super fast. And yeah, 10 people said yes right away. So I was like, okay, well, this is meant to be. This is meant to be. Like, this feels right, right? So I see the series as a win-win-win situation for everyone involved. For myself, the person that I interview, who gets to share their expertise and offer practical tips to people, and for the people who watch the interviews to get lots of useful and practical information as well. And the reason, the main reason that I started this series now is because, right now the world is, is in a bit of turmoil and chaos. There's a lot of uncertainty, and there's a lot of division in the world right now. So a lot of people are feeling, very confused and sad, and just, that, yeah, like there's a lot of chaos in all ways in the world right now. So I wanted to do my part and help, in some way. So because I know so many amazing people all over the world, so I was like, okay, well, I'll interview these people, and then we can share, like practical tools and information to help people now, and I'm always watching interviews on YouTube. So then I thought to myself, well, I should be doing this. I should be interviewing people as well. And I've always wanted to have my own show as well. So this is like having my own show. And I have to say that I've really enjoyed this process. Like, this process has been, like this series, it's like my baby, like I don't have kids, but this series is it's like my baby, because everything happened, so fast. And, I learned so much. I learned so much from all of these interviews. I've learned, in the past, yeah, like June, July, August, in the past 3 months, I've learned so much from everybody that I've interviewed. So I feel immense joy and gratitude about this series. And I hope that comes, and that's what I tried to, put across in all the interviews as well. So my premiere week, I posted my first interview on the 28th of June, which is a day that I've always liked. I really like numbers, and I'm all into numerology.
And I've always liked the 28th day. So it's no it's no coincidence that my first interview was with a numerologist. So I interviewed Grainne Tyndall, and she's a numerologist, and I've given several workshops with her where we combined coaching and numerology. So I love numerology and the symbolism of numbers. I'm always looking at the numbers and the dates. I'm always looking at that. So and when I have to do something important, I always look to see like what date what day something is going to happen. So so Grainne Tyndall, she's an international numerologist, a soul seer, and a family tree healer. And we talk about the numerology of 2020 and 2021 and how we can create a better reality for ourselves and the world. This is a really interesting interview. If the link is there. If you want to watch this interview, she shares a lot of information, like really interesting information about the numerology of 2020, which is the year that changed all of our lives, in every way. And she talks about the difference between 2020 and 2021, right? Basically, 2020 was a year that changed everything, and then 2021 is more of a year of change and revolution, which can be seen in with everything that's happening with everything that's happening in the world right now. So and of course, if you want to see any of these interviews on YouTube, in YouTube you can just put my name, you can just search for me like with my name, and you'll find all of these interviews. And of course, if you subscribe, then you'll always get all the interviews. So episode 2 was with Yovanka Sanchez, and she's an entrepreneur, a creative director, a writer, a producer, an activist, a public speaker. She's also the founder of Mariposa Films in Miami. And we talk about the heroine's journey, about the inner journey and having the courage to voice your story. So it was about bringing balance to the feminine and the masculine energies in the world now. And Yovanka's very well known. After my interview, she was doing an interview with NBC. She's doing a show with NBC right now in the States, in Miami. So this is a really interesting interview as well, and it's funny because her, she's the founder of Mariposa Films, and Mariposa is butterfly in Spanish, and my coaching symbol is the butterfly as well. So we have a lot of similarities. So and it's all about her Mariposa Films. It's all about voicing your stories, right? Like it's about talking about your stories and what you learned, about your stories, and talking about your journey, right? Talking about the heroine's journey. So so that's a really interesting interview. My episode 3 was with Kathy Yannucci. And Kathy is a clinical Ayurvedic specialist, a health and wellness coach, and a yoga teacher. And we speak about the language of love through the ancient practices of Ayurveda. And myself and Kathy, I actually worked with her sister in Miami, and she got married in Cartagena, Colombia in May 2005, which was one of the most amazing weddings that I've ever gone to. I've gone to weddings all over the world. But this one, is 5 days of parties in Cartagena, Colombia. And myself and Kathy had a really interesting conversation in Cartagena. We were on our way to this beautiful island where we spent the whole day. And, I had a corporate job at the time. I was working in advertising, and she had a corporate job as well. And we both wanted to do something different. We both wanted to do something holistic. And we had this conversation on the boat, on the way to this island, and we were talking about that. We're like, yeah, we want to do something holistic. And then we were both like, yeah, I'm sure we'll figure it out, And then the following year was when I trained to become a life coach, and then she trained in everything that she trained in. So it's amazing that we had this conversation back in in Cartagena, Colombia, back in May 2005. And now in 2021, I interviewed her for my series. So that was very symbolic as well.
Episode 4 was with Nigel Paul Miller, and that was igniting the flame of passion within. And Nigel is a personal empowerment coach, and he's the author of the book How to Remove Negative Beliefs and Free Your Mind. We speak about breaking through limited thinking to create your best life. And Nigel actually interviewed me on his podcast 3 years ago, and I was his first guest, and I didn't even know that I was his first guest at the time, because he was so good at it that it looked like he had been doing this forever. So so it was really nice to interview him, on my series as well. This is one of the episodes that this one has really high, like it has many like very high views on this one, 100 and something on this one. So this is an episode that people have liked a lot. Episode 5 was with Danielle Vierling, and Danielle Vierling is a very good friend of mine. I've known her for a long time, and we spoke about embodying your true potential in your daily life. And Danielle she's an intuitive guide and healer. She's an integrated energy body worker, a Hawaiian lomi lomi massage therapist, and a synergy yoga dance facilitator. So she does many different things. So we talk about different ways to implement these practices into daily life. So that's a very interesting episode as well. Episode 6 was with Inga Deksne, and it's about how to make your business magical. So Inga is an intuitive business strategist, and she's the founder of the Magical Creators Group. So we talk about ways to make your business more magical, guided by your intuition, and the challenges of setting up your own business and how to overcome them. This is also a good episode, if you've been thinking about starting your own business and you feel stuck. Actually, many of my guests have talked about, how they started their businesses and the challenges that they overcame. So this is one of them. Episode 7 is with Melanie Moore, and she's a big vision coach, and the title is Tapping into Your Big Vision. So we spoke about tapping vision boards and taking action from alignment. Melanie's amazing, and she combines tapping with creating vision boards. And she has the most amazing story of how she manifested a trip to Disney World using a vision board. Like one of her kids wanted to go to Disney World, and she didn't have the money to go to Disney World. And then she made a vision board of being in Disney World. And then she went to buy some shoes. For the children. And then she filled out like a form that you could win a trip to Disney World, and she won. She won the trip, everything paid. So yeah, so she made it happen. So it's amazing how, when you have an intention, when you have a goal, and you believe that it's possible, and you believe that you're worthy of receiving it, you never know how the universe will work, in terms of helping you manifest whatever it is that you want to manifest. Like in this case, she filled out this form, and then she won an all expenses, paid trip to Disney World in Florida. So that's just one example of amazing things that can happen. Episode 8 was with Patrycja Kurczynska, and she's also a good friend of mine, and she's the author of 3 published books, and she's also an essential oils therapist. So the title is How to Write and Publish Books. So we spoke about the process of writing and publishing 3 books and how to overcome obstacles. So if you've ever thought of writing a book, this is a good episode for you to watch, because she talks about her her journey of writing and publishing these 3 books. Episode 9 is with Peter Wright, and Peter is an NLP coach and trainer and a theater improv facilitator. So the title is Creating a Better Life Using NLP. And NLP is neuro-linguistic programming, and I'm actually an NLP facilitator as well. So we spoke about acting as if to manifest things into our lives, anchoring in different states, and how we can each contribute to a new earth with a higher consciousness with our daily thoughts, words, and actions. This is a really nice episode as well. This is a really nice interview with Peter. And one thing that me and Peter have in common is that we're both Finnish. You know, he's Finnish, Irish, and you know, I'm completely Finnish. You know, because I was born in Finland and my parents are Finnish. So we have that connection as well, and we're both coaches. So this is a really nice episode. We talk about, you know, many different things, and you know, we also talk about, you know, creating that new earth. You know, he's living in a really nice community now, which is like a new earth community, and creating this new earth is you know, it's a theme, you know, that's a constant in all of my interviews. You know, that's something that I ask people to think about all the time. You know, what is that new earth that we want to create, right? What does that look like to you? You know, I would say that, you know, most of us want to create a new earth, you know, with unity, right? Like the earth right now, you know, looks a little different than the new earth, right? Because there's so much division and so much conflict in the world right now. So I think that it's important to concentrate on that new earth that we want to create with a higher consciousness and a higher vibration in all things and in all ways. Episode 10 was with Yvonne Skelly. And Yvonne is a visionary wellness entrepreneur, and she currently owns and runs 3 wellness businesses in Ireland. She's an intuitive energy and sound healer, and she's the host of Awake TV Network on a show called Celtic Heart Wisdom, interviewing spiritual leaders and way showers. So the title is Becoming Empowered in Uncertain Times. So we spoke about becoming more empowered now. And this is an amazing interview as well, because you know, she runs, you know, 3 wellness businesses, and she actually, like, her business actually grew. And you would think that a wellness business would, like, most of them have gone out of business now, right? But her business actually grew. So she talks about the journey. You know, she talks about the journey of overcoming, like, all those fears and obstacles, you know, that constantly come up, right? When you're an entrepreneur, and especially like when you're a wellness entrepreneur as well. So that's a cool interview as well. Episode 11 was with Camilo Enrique, and he's from InterNations. I've interviewed several InterNations people, and he's a multicultural polyglot who has traveled to 82 countries. He's an investor, a risk assessment consultant, and has a stallion breeding business. He also has a military background serving in the Middle East and has worked for the State Department and the United Nations. So the title is Anecdotes and Interviewing Tips. So we talk about his experiences interviewing celebrities while he worked with EMI, and he also gives valuable interviewing tips. This is a very fun interview. And it's a little different than the other interviews. But he gives, you know, like, he tells stories of what it was like, you know, to interview celebrities, and then he gives lots of valuable interviewing tips as well. Episode 12 is with Marcia Regan, and Marcia is a trained color therapist. She's a spiritual mentor and the voice of the ancient divine feminine. The title is Empower Yourself with the Divine Feminine and Masculine Energies. So we spoke about the importance of finding balance between the feminine and masculine energies right now. I think, you know, this is something very important right now, you know, finding that balance between the feminine and the masculine energies now. I think that it's a theme, you know, that comes up constantly in our world. Because I mean, the world has been led by masculine energies for a long time, right? And now the feminine energies are rising, but they're rising to bring more balance, right? To bring more balance to, you know, to the masculine energies, right? So it's not about the feminine energies being better or higher than the masculine energies. It's about finding that balance, you know, between those energies. And I think that that's part of the shift of consciousness that we're all going through right now with everything that's happening. So that's a great episode as well, and that's the latest episode that I just posted this past Friday. So episode 13 is going to be posted Friday, the 3rd of September. And that's with Nadia Aburdene, and I'm sure that many of you know her. She's an InterNations consul in London. And the title is Healing, Heartbreak, and Thriving. And we spoke about healing, heartbreak, and thriving, and ways to move forward and get more empowered in the process. So that episode is going to be posted next Friday. I post a new episode every Friday. Episode 14 is also with an it's also with an InterNations person, InterNations consul. So it's with Hayat Jarisi. I can't pronounce her last name. Sharesi. She's a rapid transformational therapist and accredited intuitive energy healer. So the title is Unleash Your True Potential, and we talk about different ways to heal and how to unleash your true potential. And so that episode is going to be posted Friday, the 10th of September. And then afterwards, we actually have an event together in InterNations on the 12th of September after this episode airs. Episode 15 is with Maria Jesus Marin Lopez, and she's a soul healer through relationships, and she's the author of 7 books of relationship dynamics and unconscious wounds. The title is Healing the Unconscious Wounds of Love. And we talk about the different unconscious wounds of love and how to heal them. This is a great episode, like for people that want to improve their relationships and understand the wounds of relationships. Maria Jesus she's amazing. I admire her, greatly. She's written 7 books, and she's working on 8, 9, and 10 at the moment. And she's married, and she has 3 small children. I don't know how she does everything that she does. But this interview is really, really interesting. And if you're having if you're having problems in your relationship, or you're having problems attracting a relationship, this is a really, really good episode to watch. So that's going to be posted on Friday, the 17th of September. Episode 16 is with Olga Waters, and Olga is an intuitive life and soul coach who specializes in womb twin therapy and family constellations. The title is From Survivor to Thriver, a womb twin journey. So we talk about womb twins and how you can heal deep wounds with therapy and family constellations. This episode is going to be posted on Friday, the 24th of September. And if you don't know what a womb twin is, you can watch that episode and find out. It's not many people know what a womb twin is, but it's very interesting. Episode 17 is with Fidel McGreen, and she's a business consultant and coach who works with purpose-driven leaders who are feeling stuck. The title is Surviving and Thriving After Breast Cancer, and October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. And we talk about the journey of surviving breast cancer and then thriving and wanting to make a bigger difference in the world afterwards. This episode will be posted on Friday the 1st of October, which is the first day of Breast Cancer Awareness Month. So it's a special episode. Episode 18 is with Mary Helen Hensley, and she's a metaphysical healer, chiropractor, international speaker, and author of 9 books. And she's working on books 10, 11, and 12, and she's also launching a screenplay. This is another powerhouse. This is another powerhouse person. The title is Vibrational Alignment, and we talk about different ways to attain vibrational alignment. This is a great interview. And there's a lot of lively energy in this interview, and this one's going to be posted on Friday, the 8th of October. Episode 19 is with Ola Fellen, and she's a spiritual healer and guide who helps people connect with their inner guidance and align with their joy and path of service. The title is Cleansing and Spiritual Awakening. So we talk about different ways that we can cleanse physically, emotionally, mentally, and spiritually. And this episode will be posted Friday, the 15th of October. I actually did one of the cleansing programs, you know, that Orla runs, and it's really, really good because when you cleanse, you know, like when you cleanse your body, like physically, you know, it's amazing how it cleanses you physically, emotionally, mentally, and spiritually as well. Episode 20 is with Lou Martin, and Lou is a channel for spirit. He's a spiritual counselor. He's written 2 ebooks, and he has the Miracle Mornings program on Facebook Live. The title is Channeled Messages for the New Earth. So we talk about the current state of the world and how we can stay grounded and aligned in these times of uncertainty. So this episode will be posted on Friday, the 22nd of October. Episode 21 is with Patrice McCulley. And Patrice is a transformational life coach who works with creatives and soulpreneurs. The title is Creating Your Dream Lifestyle and Finding Your Soul Tribe. We talk about her journey where she manifested her husband, her dream lifestyle, and found her soul tribe in Costa Rica. She is living what could be called a New Earth international community. This episode is amazing because you know she's really she talks about you know the journey that she went through to help her manifest everything that she's manifested into her life. You know, she manifested her husband, her dream lifestyle, and then she found her soul tribe in Costa Rica. And again, you know, the new earth, you know, comes up here again, you know, because she has found the most amazing international community in Costa Rica, and it's like a new earth, you know, community there. So so that's a fascinating episode, and that's going to be posted on Friday the 29th of October. So thank you. May you follow your joy and find your true potential. I offer coaching sessions in English, Spanish, Finnish, and Italian. You can get in touch with me if you'd like a session at lauracoaching@gmail.com. And my website is laurarudinkowski.com. And of course, my Wake Up to Your True Potential series is there. There's the link. Please subscribe, like, comment, and share with your friends. And help me get to 1,000 subscribers by the end of this year. That's my goal, to get to 1,000 subscribers by the end of this year. So thank you very much, and I will stop the recording now.